Yep.
All right. I didn't remember somebody had stepped away. So
I have an interesting question for once you get done explaining all this.
Okay. What's the question?
Oh, it's going to be a tangent, so if you had something to say, go for it.
Oh, I was just going to say, this map, there's only one hole. It's at the bottom center of the map, and every single one of the holes leads down to it, which is really cool. But anyway.
Did we do this one already?
Cool.
Yeah,
I feel like we did.
Raps, and I guess myself. We did that the one time Rita was moving and was not available.
Right.
Yeah, I never played it, but I watched you guys do this, man. This one's cool.
Yeah. I've been wanting to come back to this one because it is so cool.
It's like a very Mario 64 type of thing. I gotta shoink.
Nope. Not enough power.
Oh, wait, I just got a hole in one.
Yeah,
you did.
First one's pretty easy, unless you're me.
Oh, and jumping is. Sorry, I was just gonna
jumping
help V with No, I think it's clicking too.
Yeah, it's left
Either
click.
works. Yeah, left click when the ball is moving, and you can just do a little jump.
Yep.
Double bogey, baby. That's the way to start the first hole.
Also, if you want to get a lay of the land at the start of the map, you can hit C in order to access free cam, so you can just see what's going on.
Oh, I didn't even know that. We're gonna go for something crazy.
Oh my.
Oh, so close.
Thanks for the suggestion, Marty.
You're welcome. Lead by example.
Okay, what was the tangent, Penta?
Oh, I was gonna ask. Well, before I ask the question, just a little bit of a side note on the question, just because I think we all might agree on this. The term Dark Souls-like nowadays is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Because 90% of the games that are considered a Souls-like aren't actually anything like Dark Souls. They just think it's because they have bosses with health bars and it's hard, which is not the essence of a Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
There are very few games, and there's several that I feel do fit into that niche. I think Hollow Knight did a great job of it. I think games like Salt and Sanctuary did a great job of it. Yeah, The Surge did a great job of it. Neo, stuff like that have done a great job. And the question was, what is the one game that is like an analog to Dark Souls that's not a From Software game that you think is on par or at least close to in quality that you really liked?
Oh,
I mean, you already mentioned Hollow Knight. That's like one of my top 3 games of all time. And when Silksong comes out, probably that too.
Yeah, for me, The Surge wasn't From, was it?
No,
it wasn't.
Yeah.
The Surge was the guys that made Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lords of the Fallen was terrible. Surge was like. Surge was awesome.
Surge
really
2
Surge.
was really good too.
Nope. That worked poorly.
I think it'd probably be Neo for me, but I haven't played it yet.
It's so good. Neo 2 is amazing as well. I haven't finished Neo 2, but
I like Neo. I found it kind of long or grindy. There was a lot of bonus maps that I was kind of just like, no, just give me the levels. Don't have all these like weird side quests.
it's very optional content heavy for sure. And the optional content does power scales, so it's worth doing, but it's sometimes not fun to do.
I don't know, I like those ideas, like the temples on Bloodborne that I think are sort of randomly generated.
The Chalice Dungeon?
Yeah.
I feel like jumping.
The jump invalidates so much of this map. It's so good.
It's less about how do I do this course and more about how do we get that perfect jump to give me the hole in one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know many members of my community are, along with myself, after the Summer Games Fest or whatever, very excited to see the sequel to Salt and Sanctuary come out. Because I think Salt and Sanctuary was kind of underappreciated. Mostly because of its art style was very off-putting to some people. The marionette style of animation was a little weird.
I
But it was a very
just
good
hope
game.
they had like proper online multiplayer because playing that game local was real fun. And like I want to play that with and somebody that actually is like willing to play as opposed to my partner who hates Souls-likes.
Oh my god, no.
Why did I go back to the beginning?
I really liked Ashen. It was not perfect. Oh, Ashen and what's the one where you turn into a rock?
Mortal Shell.
Yeah, Mortal Shell. I think Mortal Shell is actually probably my favorite of the Souls-like games, just because of how solid it felt.
I liked it a lot, but I felt Mortal Shell.
Biggest fan of Mortal Shell.
I think Mortal Shell needed some time in the oven, and I'm hoping their next game is like, I'm hoping this was like they're dipping the toes in the water and being like, will this work? And their next game is gonna be just excellent, because what they did right was so good. Oh no!
Oops.
My timing.
Right in the
My
drink.
cursor.
Please don't kill me here.
I guess having Hollow Knight in that conversation is unfair, because the game is like an actual masterpiece.
You know what game we're totally ignoring that I played through recently and had an absolute blast with? Control.
What? That's
True.
Do you count that as a Souls-like?
It evokes a lot of the similar feelings, but I wouldn't say it's like strictly a Souls-like.
It's got openly
Exploration.
explorable areas, respawning enemies, boss fights.
I think it's a good comparison, because Control's
got
world
very
building
few
is
boss fights.
excellent.
Yeah.
Which is like the biggest thing about Souls games, and that's why like Hollow Knight and Salt and Sanctuary and stuff like that are really good.
They have
and Control
that, like,
did
kind of
world
low-level
building.
dread that follows the whole story,
Yes.
where you're just kind of like, I would hate to live here.
That's honestly, I'm getting a lot of those feelings, as I said earlier in the stream, from Death's Door. I would happily put Death's Door in this same area if we're also including Control.
I didn't think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that
I
like
didn't even consider that. Control's world building is so good.
Yeah.
It's
easily
one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
It's all background noise. It's all static background stuff that you're just like, oh, well, this world's in a very terrible place, and I'm in it.
Remnant from the Ashes. Did any of you guys play that one? Or no, not really.
I missed that one.
It's solid. Gosh, if you ever want to play it, like, I'd be super down for like a multiplayer run. Because I played it with my partner, and I think it's up to 3 players. I played it with my partner, and I played the roguelike mode with Rito, which is frankly less fun, just because it's not a very good roguelike. But the actual base game is fun.
You just blew my mind. It actually has like a normal mode. Like, the reason I passed it up was because it was like it was a roguelite, and I was like, I don't really want to play like a shooter roguelite like that. So if it's got an actual like campaign.
Yeah, with like kind of a story. The story is bupkis. Like, there's nothing to it, but it's you go through a bunch of, like, it still has the procedurally generated worlds, which is kind of the weakest part of the game. Wow.
that was gross.
But like, it's got the procedurally generated worlds, the tough bosses, god damn it, the like interesting weaponry. It's got an Estus flask.
I mean, that's just quintessential.
Yeah.
Zelda didn't have a Estus flask. Zelda had Deku nuts.
They had the fairies.
They were annoying. I go all the way. Well, actually, no, you didn't really have to go up all the way to the mountain to get them. Where was the near? Now I'm just going off on a weird thing, but the closest fairy fountain to Lake was like right outside of Kokiri, in the hole in the ground, I think. God, my Ocarina speedrun brain.
Here's where I just absolutely beef it.
I mean, appropriate for a hamburger bowl.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so has everybody here played and beaten Hollow Knight?
Yeah.
No, I've never played Hollow Knight.
Oh,
Okay.
you
To
should.
absolute radiant.
Do you intend to?
I don't know. Honestly, maybe. If I find myself in a position where, like, so normally what happens is I get into a position where there are no games that have come out recently that I want to play, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll say to like my chat, I'll be like, hey, what should I play? And they'll tell me. And I've had a few people suggest Hollow Knight, so.
It's good. I like it a lot. If I ever play it again, I'm turning on more mods, like the gun.
Oh my god. The mods for Hollow Knight are so good.
I know there's a multiplayer one that also would be like real fun.
It's very laggy.
Oh, that sucks. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's a mod.
It also like completely invalidates some bosses that just really don't work properly. But that being said, randomizers with that game are so good.
I like the RPG mod. Being able to like pursue deeper builds with that was actually really cool.
I don't think I've ever played through that one.
It's fun.
I've played through a super fun one. For those of you that are already fairly acquainted with the game, there's a mod called Black Moth, which removes your damage from your nail and makes it so you have to shadow dash through enemies to deal damage to them. It changes a bunch of charms, and it makes it so like the only way you beat bosses is by timing your dashes through them instead. It's interesting. It's so fun. It changes the game so much.
Man, that was an absolutely atrocious hole for me.
Reminds me of the other pacifist game that's like that. There's a game that's a pacifist game like that. I'm blanking on. Where you don't really have
the genre?
That's the worst part, is like I just know there's a game, and I played it, where you don't have like a normal attack. Your way of dealing damage is not normally just like striking. I'm just blanking on it, and now
Instead, you deal emotional damage.
Yeah. Heavy Rain, that's the one. No.
Who's taking the emotional damage? You
the main character with the finger and the sun.
Press X to Sean.
Spoilers. Yeah.
I've never actually played Heavy Rain. I really should at some point.
It's a
game. I just
wanted to like bug out on me so I can have the fun.
Like meaning at all. I thought it was actually good.
My favorite part was the peeing. I was just like, yes, this is the game. We've made it to this point now.
Maybe they're afraid to let me take a leak these days. Can't believe it.
You want a game where you can die of having too much poop? Play Subterrane. Same, it's a good game. Hold in your poop and you die.
Wait. Oh yeah. You can die in that one? I never held my poop long enough. Did you actually beat Subterrane?
I didn't beat it, but I really enjoyed it.
It's not worth it. It's so trash. It's one of those games that's real fun for the first like 3 hours, and then you realize that the whole thing is procedurally generated, and you have to go up like, was it 10 to 20 story buildings or something like that of just procedurally generated nonsense. It went from like real high, like a high recommendation, how do people not know of this game too? Don't play this.
Did you play Darkwood?
No, I haven't played Darkwood yet. I know Darkwood is like what I'm looking for from Subterrane. I just like the sci-fi ishness of Subterrane, but yeah.
No. My follow-up to if everybody had played Hollow Knight was because we were talking about like best and worst like Souls bosses. What do you think is the best or your favorite Hollow Knight boss? And does everybody have the exact same favorite?
Best as far as most fun, or like best difficulty?
I always go when I say best, I always talk about design because I think that's the true.
I think the most fun one for me was and again, I don't know the names of this stuff, but you basically fight like a clone.
Oh,
Nos?
The broken.
I think he's talking about
Broken Vessel.
Yeah,
Broken Vessel.
Broken Vessel sounds right. Yeah.
Very good music too.
I had trouble with him because he was a little aggressive for me. I liked the knight himself and also Zote. The Zote boss fight was funny.
No, screw Grey Prince Zote.
Well, did you stick around to fight him like on his higher tiers?
Oh, you have to fight him at like +7 for the Pantheons, and I did Pantheons.
I never actually did the Pantheons. By the time Godmaster came out, I was like too rusty and I just couldn't really bring myself to it.
Yeah, Grey Prince Zote is I hate him so much. He has RNG based attacks where he can summon an explosive that does 2 masks of damage inside you at any time.
Sick.
Yep.
You know what I'm super looking forward to is, like, as the pandemic wraps up, how many games are going to be coming out that got delayed, right? Like, we're going to have a glut of games to play.
The one thing I'm worried about with that is, like, I've played and experienced a number of games that are super obviously, like, worse off for it. So, like, Disgaea 6 has, like, the worst voice acting direction / like, editing I've seen in a JRPG in a long time, because they just, like, straight up did not edit half the dialogue well. And so I'm like, I'm super excited for the games that, yeah, got delayed, but I'm also very worried about, like, the ones that potentially were worse off for it.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes a game
Also,
can have
I'm,
a
like,
little
constantly
too long in the
swamped in
other.
games, so I'm not looking forward to any more games that I already have.
Also very true.
Good point. As well as people asking you to play older stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or, like, DLCs and stuff. Like, I want to play the Ideology RimWorld thing, but I just, like, I don't have the time. Literally,
Yeah.
like, I'm waking up, I'm cleaning, and I'm recording, and those are, like, the three things.
It does look really good, though.
It
A
does.
quick
It looks
aside-
really fun.
What?
I've started playing it, and it is awesome.
Yeah, I dropped by Lalesh's for a bit, and he was making his base into a giant hotbox, and that was...
It's basically the DLC that's like, hey, we heard you guys like when your characters get all crazy, so here's how you can just make your whole colony crazy from the start. That's amazing. It's like, I want to be cannibalistic hippies. Let's do it.
Quick Hollow Knight aside, how many of you ended up beating Path of Pain?
I didn't.
I did.
I did, but not on stream.
I love that
I can't.
didn't-
I can't
Yeah, I
platform
thought I did
that
it,
well.
but apparently I didn't, according to chat.
You
Yeah,
might
you
have
might use
done
the White Palace.
song. Oh yeah, you probably did White Palace, but not because the Path of Pain itself is hidden.
I started doing the Path of Pain, and then I was just like, this is going to destroy my hands, because I've got an injury on my right hand from falling off a bike when I was a kid, and so like any amount of like hard button mashing and like extreme platforming just destroys me.
I actually played through all of Hollow Knight, Path of Pain, and the Pantheons on keyboard,
Why?
and a
was
lot of
just
people look at me
shy.
funny for that.
Marty still does not have a controller.
I don't. Yeah. The only
Wow.
controller I own is an old Xbox 360 one, and my father
Don't
is
play Dark
currently
Souls until you
gone.
get one. Wait, did you?
That's
play
why I
played
haven't gone back to
Sekiro on
Sekiro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That being said, I can do 2D platform fighters on mouse keyboard. It works okay.
I did that with Mega Man
Oh, we're
X. and
playing
then
a
said never
Strive
again.
later, Marty?
No, I don't know. Are we?
You just said 2D fighters, I figured.
Oh dear God. I mean,
Oh no.
I have somewhat of a history with. Oh my God! What just? Wait,
Oh,
wait,
Marty, it's
No.
fine. Don't jump out.
wait! Oh no! What did I do that? I
You
didn't
were
look
fine.
where we were going,
Turns out
Wander.
that squiggle tube is actually like real nice.
Yeah.
Gear looks so good. I want to play, but I gave up fighting games because I respect my sanity.
Penta?
I am very,
dude,
very slowly
grew
wiggling
up on
down
Guilty
these
Gear.
stairs.
I am a Faust
You'll
main
make it.
since like 2002.
Squash.
I
Penta, do you
only-
see me next to you?
I did see you for a brief moment there.
Oh my God, V! How are you?
How?
Yeah, you're
How
floating.
are you?
I can't do anything.
What's the
Hit,
reset button? I thought it was R, but it didn't work earlier. We don't have it off, do we?
I don't know.
I might have not turned it on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it says R for reset.
I must have turned it off.
No problem.
That's okay. 45 more seconds?
45 seconds of pain.
Okay. Hot take, seeing as we were talking earlier about games that are kind of Soulsy. Resident Evil 2. The remake remaster of Resident Evil 2 definitely had that like control feel to it.
See that?
I didn't play the remaster.
It's really good.
It's the best Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
I didn't
want
to spoil my childhood.
So
it's not gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
It's gonna enhance it.
yeah.
I felt very hesitant going in. Within an hour, I was like, "Yep, this is the best game in the franchise." The first shot of the burger, I was like, "Yep, we're here now." And then they tweaked and changed some like very small details that would only like people who played through the first Resident Evil 2, but Resident Evil 2, the original, like a handful of times, that they would realize, well, this is different now. Like the two-way mirror scene is different in the remake to throw off people who played the original.
Wait, that didn't count? Oh, wait. Oh, hi.
I missed a hole-in-one on that by like maybe a millimeter of power. I was so mad.
Same with the hole in 2, but I can't come back now. It's all Moddy and Lolash.
I mean, I could flub this with like an 8, and then you could come back.
I mean,
Now only if
before.
Lolash flubs hard the next one.
True.
It's kind of
So what do we
disappointing,
want to
though.
turn on after this? Like isometric ball and all the nuts things, or another course of?
yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, I don't remember this one.
No, oh.
It has some like random. This is just gonna drop you right in the hole thing. What if I just like don't take any of them?
Oh my lord.
Well, that put me here.
Oh no, V. Oh no, what have we done?
We're okay. You go backwards. Go backwards.
So close.
It's disappointing to see how
It's kind of a scam,
close
but
to perfection Resident Evil 2's remake was, and how disappointing 3's was.
3 was very okay. It just needed more. Like mechanically it was fine. The big issue was it was just this like linear experience, no exploration. But like the core of it was okay. Like, you know, the gameplay was solid. The weapons were fun. The characters were nice. It was just like every location was just a hallway with slight side paths that you had to go down for the most part.
Yeah.
Kind of like if they had taken this sewer... Well, I guess they just took the sewer segments from Resident Evil 2 and then just made that the whole game. Which sucks. Because like, it would have been really cool if they had like a full-on large-scale Raccoon City to explore or something.
Yeah, I think that would have been pretty excellent